Ladies and gentlemen,
let's go fishing. I'm on a mission. It's so pretty, I'd sure hate to waste this chance. We'll find us a shady little spot, not too high. Perfect for a little fishing and romance. Oh yes. There's nothing so inviting, nothing quite as exciting as a little fishing when they're biting. Let's go fishing.
Morning, boys and girls. I'm out here on the lake again, Lake Okeechobee, pushing. We're pushing. You can't hardly sit in one spot. It's just different this year. You gotta put the poles out and just kind of push real easy, and you'll catch fish. I mean, we caught a pretty good mess this morning, and but you can't sit in one spot and just like you did years past. They're just spread out. I mean, you might catch one here, then you might go 25, 30 yards down the lake or down the river and catch another one. It's just, and the wind has been really terrible the last couple of days, and cold snap down here in South Florida, which has kind of affected the bite. But yeah, we just kept moving around this morning, and we caught some. But had two gentlemen from Michigan with me this morning, and they went with me before several other times, and we were talking about how it was in the years gone past. We could go out there and jig for them and catch all we wanted out in the reeds and the grass, but that just didn't happen this year. And it just don't happen. I mean, you used to be able to go out on the lake and catch all you want. But the fluctuation of the water going down. I mean, and last summer it went down, way down, then it come back up after heavy rains. Now it's going back down. And like I said, I come out of Scott Driver yesterday morning, went past the buoys and started to get up on plane. When I just started into the river, and I hit a shell rock, and so that's just give a little heads up if you're going out of Scott Driver, be careful. Same way with Okeechobee. I bent my prop up pretty good, so yeah, it just very, very dangerous out there on the lake now, running in a big motor. The boat dealers are getting covered up with props being busted and lower units being tore up, and just things from the low water. And why are they going to take it down? Well, they said they're going to scrape the bottom of the lake or something. I don't know. This is the darndest place I ever seen about fluctuating the water. Then they're going to do this and do that, and then we got everybody down here that thinks they're a fish biologist, telling, well, you get online, you watch them do this and you do that, and what is it, Monday morning quarterbacks, you might say. But yeah, it's everything changed after the August last year. August, I mean, the fishing on the river and the lake was really good up till the second week of August. And then we had some real heavy rains that flushed water down from up above, that has holding back in the pasture fields and places that they just turned loose. And it kind of wiped this river out. It's just starting to come back a little bit. But, it's a kind of a vicious cycle down here. I mean, I never seen anything like it. It just, As far as the water management, they do a terrible job. They really do down here on this. Instead of just leaving things alone, they don't. As far as the fishery goes, I mean, they do a terrible job. And the wind, it was probably in the upper 50s, lower 60s this morning, and then the wind was blowing this morning and yesterday. And you can see we're bundled up for almost in April. That's really highly unusual here. It really is. I mean, we've seen a lot of birds out and seen a few shad flipping and bass blowing up on them, but nothing like it has in the past. I mean, but I talked to some of the other guys that had bass trips this morning, and they were kind of struggling a little bit. And I mean, they caught something. But I also talked to Gary Sapp. He's a guide out of Roland Martin's in the south end of the lake, and he's been really, I guess he's been whacking them down the south end of the lake. The south end of the lake's been pretty hot, and he says he's been getting some pretty good sized ones too. So I've never fished it down there. I don't know what it is as far as the fishery goes, but there's, like down there's certain spots that you can go to. I hear people talk about different places they go, but then I hear some of the guys like Cody Davis and some of the other guys, it's Justin Morgan and them guys that pretty well know the lake, and they're tearing stuff up on the lower units. So I'm thinking, oh man, them guys know the lake too, and they're still tearing up stuff. So the bottom line is, if you're going to go out fishing with your boat, don't run hard. Just go real slow and idle wherever you're going. And even though I've talked to guys that go clear way out, and they still hit stuff out into the middle of the lake. But yeah, you can see we're catching crappie. I mean, we're catching them, but we're pushing. We're just kind of pushing along. And at this point, I had 4 poles out with these guys. I just had the 4 poles out, and until it, got lighter where I could see what was going on. And there's an eagle, and I've seen some buzzards. But yeah, and once it gets about 8 o'clock, I put out a spider rig out in front and start pushing and really try to cover a little bit of territory to catch fish for people. And that's what you got to do if you want to get a mess of fish. And I'm not talking about no 50 or 75. I'm talking about 18 or 20. That's it. Enough for a good fish fry. The days of this year of catching 2 or 3 freezer fulls, it's not happening. Now they are still catching them at night, putting out lights and staying out all night. I call them the harvesters. The harvesters are still catching them at night, and I'm not really that hungry for them. I'm not, I don't really want to take people out at night. It rained on us a little bit when we was going out this morning. It wasn't supposed to, but it rained on us. And then when we quit about noon, it was raining again when we was coming in. And it was cold. There was that rain, cold rain. When you grab a hold of the fish, and the fish are warmer than the air, we got a little bit of front coming down from up north. When we first got there, the wind was blowing pretty good, but you can see it's really settled down. It's really settled down to where, you can fish. I mean, yesterday, golly, it was tough. I mean, I had that husband and wife with me, and it was just, the wind was blowing us all over the place. That aluminum boat, it's like a kite. Not as bad as a pontoon boat, but it'll blow you around. There, get another one on there. We caught several catfish too. We don't keep. They didn't want the catfish. We didn't keep the catfish, so he missed it. He must have missed it. But we didn't keep no catfish, and we've been catching some nice bluegill. The bluegill thing's going to happen too. They're going to show up on the bank where you can go up there and take a big old spin and just kind of, with an ultralight and throw it over there and catch them. Yeah, real early in the morning, I just put out 4 poles, two apiece, because it's hard to manage it. You know what I mean? When it's a little bit dark, if you get a break off, it's hard to tie the lines and just hard to manage. Yeah, you see here we started pushing, and I put out 8 poles, started pushing real slow, and this is where my electronics really come in handy. And it's just a good way of catching fish. I mean, it's a slow process. I mean, you can't go 100 mile an hour like you're trolling, but you just kind of ease down there, and when you get on, you watch your electronics, and when you get on a school of them, you just put it on spot lock, or you just shut down if the wind's not blowing real hard, and you sit there and you catch a few of them. swung in and got up along the bank here and caught a few. We got snagged up several times. Well, we caught some, but we also caught the catfish doing this. You can see it's kind of you're better off staying off the bank a little ways and just watch your electronics. And when you run into them, then you got them. So it's just you have to have a lot of patience fishing like this. You have to have a lot of patience and rely on your electronics. So I shut it down right here because I've seen a bunch of fish on it. I think we started catching them. That's where I use my live target. I don't use it much for bass down here. Once in a while I use it, but for crappie, it's worth its weight in gold. It really is. Yes, sir. We got a good morning. We caught some fish, had a good time. The wind didn't beat us up, and we got, like I said, we got another full moon coming up, and hopefully there's a few more that come out of the lake and come up here and do their thing, which we get another little surge of fish in the river. Because I'm not going out in the lake and try to get them; it's just too shallow. But yeah. We had most of them we didn't have to measure. Now we had to measure like 3 or 4 of them, but most of them were pretty good fish that we caught out there. A little bit deeper. We was a little farther off the bank, and when we caught them, and it just you just gotta take your time and watch your electronics and patience, and you'll catch fish. Just And I went to 10-pound test on my pushes because I had to, because you're getting snagged or you get a catfish on or something. I was breaking off too much, and people don't, they don't really, you gotta get them in the boat real quick. And then some of the crappie are real big and you start to pick them up and it's breaking the line. So I don't like using that heavier line, but I had to, just had to.